2023, I came up with a plan to go off-grid. So I purchased a 23-acre top of a mountain in western Virginia. But then, April 14th, 2024, tragedy struck. I was driven off the road by a tractor-trailer, crashed my motorcycle, shattered my arm. After 9 months, 5 surgeries, 2 infections, one that almost killed me, I'm ready to try again at going off-grid. So join me, my wife Ashley, our 2 children, as we prepare our property and ourselves to jumpstart our launch to the mountain. So join us as we go off-grid on the Wolf Mountain Project. So I was able to pick this up off Facebook Marketplace from a nice couple that no longer needed it. Husband had a number of medical conditions. He can no longer use it. But fortunately for us, we'll be able to use this to mulch up the massive amounts of debris that we have laying around. So, you probably don't want to sit here and watch me for 20 minutes chopping up a bunch of wood, so. So as you were able to see, we were able to mulch up all of our debris and were able to produce all of this absolute horrible mulch. But it's great for biomass, which is what we're going to put in the next project, which is going to be the raised flower beds. So you're going to get to see all of this get put to use. Also, if you happen to have an old truck bed liner, works great to catch all this stuff. Trust me, I never thought I'd use it for this. But hey, one man's trash, another man's treasure. So let's go to work on the next project. All right, while I was cleaning up, I hurt myself. You can't see it very easily. But this tiny little razor sharp burr sliced me open. Just a reminder to be very careful, because even after the machinery is off, it can still hurt you. So let's make sure that doesn't happen again. All fixed. In this video, I'm going to show you how we did our raised garden beds. Each one of these beds is 8 foot long and 4 feet wide and 1 foot tall. They're made out of fence boards. You're going to need 6 8-foot long fence boards. You're going to need approximately 2 8-foot long 2x4s. For each of the beds that you're going to build, you can scale this up or down for your personal situation.
Double lucky. Ow.
This one? No. Walk that way. I'm going to build a category like this.
Oh.
Something like that. That way when I go to put it together, I can use the corners of this to line up the boards. So this one can lay down for now.
Want to do the short boards first? Weight loss boards.
Yeah. Something like that.
Get lined up. Hold that board in.
Bugs are starting to come out.
Ow. It's a lot easier to do with a good arm.
Oh.
Ooh.
You just wanted to smack me. Ugh.
Yeah.
Tiny little vampire son of bitches.
So as you can see, we made 4 raised flower beds. Each one of these contains 6 fence boards. That's these. They're 8 foot long. We cut them in half, make the ends. So this bed is 8 foot by 4 foot. Using a couple pressure treated 2x4s. I used some of the reclaimed ones that we got from the pallet job, building the greenhouse. And these can be made cheap and easy. We use pressure treated lumber so it won't rot, but we are going to prevent the plants from coming in contact with that. You'll see that later.
All right.
This is the first layer, as you can see, is cardboard. This is to prevent any grass or anything from growing up. The next layer is going to be the biomass, which is the mulch and other plant matter. It's plain brown cardboard. Any of that glossy stuff, absolutely horrible to have. It's bad for the planet, it's bad for your plants. Throw that stuff away, recycle it if you can. Most of them don't want that for recycling either. This is the stuff you want underneath your plants. And if you're having any trouble coming up with this much cardboard, go to any new car dealership. Tell the parts department that you need cardboard. Tell them what you're doing and what kind of cardboard you need. I guarantee you don't have a big enough truck to haul it all the way. The amount that we generate on a daily basis would shock you. All right, so we've gone ahead and put all the mulch down on the bottom. Underneath this is cardboard and paper. That'll prevent any grass from growing up. Next step, we're gonna go ahead and put down the garden soil. This acts as a good nutrient base. Having this much biomass underneath everything saves you a little bit in dirt, but it also makes it so that you have a good foundation later. This will all decompose and turn into beautiful soil. Put the plastic on the sides. This will prevent any of this stuff from leaching into the dirt. This is pressure treated lumber, by the way, so you don't want to have that touching your dirt. Free plastic. I'm going to show you how to cut these barrels down and turn them into raised flower beds. Trick to this, you need a good dolly that's able to hold these barrels to keep them from running off. Alright, let's show you how to cut these barrels down. Alright, so we're going to put a mark right in the middle, but I've got to hold this thing steady.
Yeah.
You want to go the other way?
Yes.
Alright, so we're going to burn the edges on this to get rid of any of these high spots and low spots, as well as to get rid of this sharp edge. It'll prevent the barrel from splitting over time. It strengthens it as well as gets rid of all of this unwantedness. You're going to want to be careful when you do this to not stay in one place too long, or you'll burn the plastic. If it starts off-gassing, you stayed there a little too long. Take your time. You'll see flames, but don't worry about it. Make sure you do this in a well-ventilated area. We're doing this outside, obviously. Also have a garden hose sitting standby in case anything bad were to happen with the fire. Try to do this on a less windy day than I have, and it'll probably make it easier. But right here where I missed the cut, I can smooth that out. It'll round over this edge real well. Make this thing last a lot longer. There you go. All right, next step, we need to add some drain holes. Otherwise, this thing will just hold water and turn into a little mini swamp. No reason to go right there. The water won't settle in this point. It's always going to go to the bottom. You don't want to do exactly in the middle too many times. You do want to do a few. You want to make sure you get these. These are going to be the lowest spot. That's where the water is going to collect. Especially this little low spot right here. It's designed for that. As for drilling holes in the top, you're going to want to look for the lowest spot when it's upside down. So this will be too high. You're going to want to come over here. Probably tempted to leave these out. I would leave them in, but I would drill the center. Putting anything in the middle is probably not going to help much. Still going to throw just a few, just to even things out. And there you go. This should allow all the water to leak out and keep this thing from turning into a little mini swamp. One. Two. Three. All right, so the first step, we use our biomass mulch, the stuff we made earlier. You want to fill this to about 10 inches, so roughly about 2 cubic feet of regular mulch in a bag will probably fill this if you don't have access to this stuff. Next, we're going to do 2 cubic feet of gardening soil. I chose this for a very good reason. It was the cheapest possible thing I could get a hold of at the time. Color difference in that's quite a lot.
One's more moist than the other. That's that peat.
Got some peat moss in it. All right, now we just got to get the plants to go in here. One last thing to do after putting the babies in there, make sure this water's down real nice. Don't worry about overwatering it the first time. All of that will settle down to the bottom and leak extra out. A lot of this dirt is extremely dry, even though it looks very wet. So, thank you for joining us with the Wolf Mountain project. As you can see, we got some of our project done here today. We weren't able to finish the other beds. That's the next episode. You'll see all that. So, thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe.